Well, hello there everybody, and welcome back to Pocket Captains Plays Pixel Starships Level 6. And here's their friendly transport for today, and the Messiah. I'm pretty sure Jesus is already floating around out there somewhere. Big football fan. Well, not a big fan of his. Let's zoom in now and see. Oh, what is a trade? And I can live without all of it. Let's go in. Now, as you can see, those ridiculous gas miners I built have been working away, and they're benefiting me, so good for me. Early on, since I'm not that good in combat, I guess that's going to be what I put up with. But for now, let's just get rid of them. There goes my horrible mistake. And let's see if we can make something interesting happen tonight. So, something else I made a mistake on because I'm on a roll. Well, first of all, as you can see, the upgrade to my ship is completed and nothing else to do. And I looked up and down the line. Ammo recycling, stickers. Okay, I have some use for that. This might be interesting. Collector bot. A robot that I make automatically collects all the loot on your ship, puts it on your bridge. If I had a bridge, I might be interested. Room modularization. Good. Improvements. There's a fitness room. As soon as my training rooms are up to date. Nanotech paint. Optimized technology allows your ship to be repainted from the shipyard. That's what we're going to explore tonight. I want to know whether or not that's any good to us. An advanced engineering lab. Allows up to 4 systems to be constructed simultaneously. I don't know. I don't think there's a great burning need for up to 4 at a time. Certainly would have come in handy last night, but it's pretty rare. So, what is not here? Well, I was kind of hoping for a cost reduction in leveling up my crew. I kind of thought there would be one. That's why I picked the labs first. I was disappointed to find that there isn't one. Now, there is one on level 7. I know that. It says 25% reduction in cost. Something I very much want to see. But not on level 6. Now, I've received a comment in our YouTube channel. If you'll take a look, on the last episode, someone said, beware level 6, it's going to be a resource wasteland. It's going to be difficult for us to get what we need to level up. Well, I guess we're going to put that to the test. I appreciate the input, though. And we're going to be looking to see if he's right. Or maybe if I learn to play smarter than I have so far on level 6, we can find another way. So let's not just stare at a blank screen. The other thing I want to look at on this particular episode is nanotech paint. We wanted, and this is going to hurt, 326. It took me a while. You've been watching me build up the levels slowly over time. And there it is, 300. Now, some of you may have been wondering, I don't want to spend 300 for some paint. But the hypothesis is that if my ship looks scary, it looks like I spent some money on it in crazy ways, like paint and flashing lights, then it might intimidate people because they might think, oh, if he had that kind of boost to put in there, maybe put some real bucks in. How do I compete with real dollars when I'm just playing casually? So I'm playing casually too, and I want to see if that's true. So what do we level up then? Well, definitely I'm leveling up these guys, and I don't know if you've noticed it, but a couple of them did get leveled up since we last played. So I'm dutifully following my plan. I want to try to get these guys up to speed. I think that's the winning way. I'm not sure if I'm ready to win the big leagues, but there you are. So leveling them up, great. Is there anything I want to get over here? Should I start leveling up the lasers and the missiles? Well, if I'm right, it isn't that big. It isn't that big a deal. It isn't that important because they're just marginal improvements. In fact, I want to start looking at getting rid of some stuff like this guy. But by Bolter, maybe what I should be looking at that I really need is it's not in this particular section, is it? It's not in resources. There it is, a warehouse. Definitely want that. Now, why is that so important to me? Because I'm losing resources, and very soon now we're going to talk about upgrade. Nope, I need 6. Very soon now, we're going to talk about getting some of these, what we're going to do with some of these resources. We're going to get into that in a little more detail. But in order for me to do that, I need space. Even to manufacture something, I need just to use these few resources I have here, and that isn't going to fly. So that's the first thing. We now have one room being updated. But nobody said we couldn't do a little blitz just for fun. So let's look at a little blitz of some updates. That's the first one. Not the shield. Definitely not the shield. In the store, the other thing I want to get is this thing. It's huge. Where am I going to put it? Well, there's some space here. If I could accommodate. Let's get this out of the way. That's one of the things I do definitely want to update. Crew is important. Come on now, big guy. Come on, cooperate. You can move, right? There. We could theoretically put it. I don't want it. I want it in line with an elevator. So let's see. Can we put the lab up there? Move this over here. Remove this. Remove this. Now, this isn't an upgrade to an existing system. If we go way all in and we get that carrier capability for 100,000, and we'll come to how I'm going to do that in a minute when I got only 47,000. If we do that, we're actually adding a weapon. So what I'm thinking of doing is replacing a bolter for a better weapon. And I don't think I have another weapon to choose from here. I definitely want to upgrade my firepower. I mean, I could add another bolter. Well, la-di-da. It hits for 1. Defense. I don't think there's anything here I need to add. So if I'm going to make myself combat ready. Oh, I do need the anti-aircraft gun too. That's another definite upgrade I have to look at. So I have 2 upgrades. And I want to do them this episode. And I want to get the paint. So I want to put myself in a position where I can do some real damage. And if I have to, I'm going to get rid of this. I think we can fit an anti-aircraft gun up here. But then there's a question of elevators. Yep, we definitely have a spacing issue we're going to want to deal with. The shield room doesn't necessarily need to be there. It could move. I don't need a shield room necessarily. It's just taking some free hits for me. And if I have to, that's the sacrifice I'm going to make, is get rid of that. The other question I have is, does the power work? So, enough blabbing. Let's take a look at these. We've been saving these up. Use. Oh, yes. In fact, I got these big diamond ones, too. 300,000 stockpile of minerals. Now, I've got room for 158. If I use that now, is that not a total waste? I think it would be. So I think that one of the things I have to look at is upgrading this thing. Oh, how much does that hurt? I don't think I do want to get these off my list, but maybe not right away. Maybe it's not right now. That's 30,000. 30,000 gets me where I need to be. There. We're going to the store. We're going to buy that. That's why we kept those down there, while we very patiently allowed our inventory to fill up with junk to make room for this. Now that I think is a good move for our ship. It's going to add some combat capability. Now we still have some spacing challenges here. I mean, look at this. That's not a good use of space. If I didn't have the shield room here, let's just get rid of that. A warehouse could be over here. It doesn't have to be entered or exited. It could be down there with the bedroom and this other room. And I need to make sure that rooms that need to have access to this elevator. And that means that there's going to have to be space for an anti-aircraft. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Shield goes there. Do I need access to it? That's a good question. Do I move this back one? Does that make it better and bring the elevator up? And make that the shield room? Say like this. Remove. Remove. Actually, not remove. I could have just done this. And another thing I have to consider upgrading is the elevator. It's sort of underestimated. Get the bedroom out of there finally. Well, come on. Oh, hey, thanks for the free Starbucks. I'm going to need that. Sorry about moving the ship around. We're just doing a little live thinking. I'm just thinking out loud. Get that out of the way. Thank you. Move this down. Pack that in a little tighter. Make that a little more compact. Maybe bring that... No, can't bring that down by 1. A little disappointed about that. That's still not very optimal. I need that spot there removed. And it's not going anywhere. I also have to think about upgrading my armor. Very important. believe it or not, armor, although it does look like a minor improvement, every little bit of armor improvement actually does make an enormous amount of difference. So don't hesitate to upgrade your armor. See, look at all this wasted space. It's still not optimal. Not by a long chalk. The lab, of course, is a temporary. It's a throwaway. I mean, I'm going to have it there just until my research is done, and then I don't need it anymore. So, I mean, I could put, theoretically, I could put an anti-arcraft gun in there, and I could do something really, put a bedroom up there. If I put the anti-arcraft gun down here, though, it's still not accessible by the elevator. So that's a spacing challenge for sure. Putting this up here still doesn't give me enough room. But that anti-arcraft gun, I might just sacrifice the shield generator for the moment. Remove. Store. Defense. This little bad boy, 50,000. Well, we know where to get the funds for that. Let's go for it. Use. Yes. Here goes the last of the biggies. Use. Yes. Now, why am I doing this so quickly? I could just go ahead and try to earn it. But I want to get in this sooner. And somebody said the resources are going to be a challenge, and it's kind of like throwing down the gauntlet. Now I can put my training room back in. Something I want to do very much. This is just a rough and ready. Now I'm going to fiddle with this formation a lot to get this ship to look the way I want it to. It still doesn't look the way I want it to. I might actually would rather put this room up there. I don't know. I don't mind this room being here, I guess. And then I have a wasted spot here. See, for the time being, I'll just take one of these. Again, I know it's not optimal spacing, but for the time being, since I'm not actually, I have to go to work and do other things, having a little gas income isn't going to be that bad for me. So we've thrown some heavy-duty firepower on. Now, second room I want to upgrade will be definitely the gym. 80,000. So I've got 2 rooms being upgraded. Now, before I go all in on that, oh, thank you for the buck. Should I consider upgrading my armor? Of course, that's going to cost me yet more minerals. I've got some minerals. We've made a little room. What's really interesting to me is I haven't really had to use any of the gas. Usually it's the gas that hurts the most. I know that's coming up. I go into the lab and I'm going to start researching something after I buy the paint upgrade. And I think, I have to be honest with you, I wouldn't, hey, I've got 3 rooms. 1, 2, 3. I can't upgrade anything else anyway. I've hit my 3. So that's the end of that. Now I'm hoping that this will bring me the firepower I need to switch from pulling from down here and going back to the wonderful wood days of full-on combat. And I can start posting some people to the flight deck. Now that'll be in 3 days. We'll find out whether that's going to go. In the meantime, I'm going to try a few sorties, a few battles out. Now, research. One of the things that's in this lab, though, I didn't mention, Scarlets, 100,000, and EMPs, 100,000. And I think it makes the EMP last a little longer and the burn last a little longer. I don't know if the burn gets that. Maybe the burn gets higher. I can't remember. Now, if you remember, my build depends on 10 EMPs and 10 Scarlets. So this would be a very smart thing for me to think about investing in. Those 2 missile types, since they're my main lines after the rockets, they're basically keeping the teleporters out of the war for me. So I'm definitely tempted. So I think I've pretty well tapped into everything I can upgrade. Armor is definitely under consideration. Oh, you notice I upgraded this room? I did. I had to. Security gate is the last line. This room also needs an upgrade for gas because it will I think it just improves the armor. And I do need to consider upgrading these rooms because there are some bigger things I want to get. And I do have some of these bigger crystals I could pour into it. But we're okay for the moment. I know I've got these. I've still got these and I still have some room left. And I could just blow the pink, but I think I need the pink for the research I need to do in those missiles. So let's do it. Let's with sweaty hands. Look at that, 328 Starbucks. It took me weeks to gather up. patiently destroying transports and other things in my dailies. Not the engineering lab, sorry about that. Nanotech paint. This is an extremely expensive and ridiculous experiment on my part, but I want to do that for you. I want to know whether or not it makes a difference. So I'm going to take the risk. I'll do the experiment and I'll blow the bucks just for the fun of seeing whether or not it's going to make a difference. I'm not actually convinced, but Eric is. Captain Eric is a smart fella. I rely on him. And I'll be honest with you, I see ships that are wildly painted and wildly stickered. I do tend to avoid them. So let's go for it. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. There I did it. I blew it. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I can't get my bucks back. They're gone. I spent them. Research is complete. I finally did it. I went and I blew the wad. Now, which one first? The EMP or the Scarlets? You know what? I'm going to do Scarlets because the EMP is doing its job. Sorry, that was 100,000 for the Scarlets, right? Research Scarlets. Yeah, I need 100,000. So let's go down to my little stockpile of gases and things. Use 30,000. Yep. And now we'll take one of the smaller ones. We don't want to run out of space. Use 5,000. Use 5,000. We got 100,000. We're going to quickly use it so nobody steals it from us because those monsters are out there just ready to pounce on my poor defenseless little ship, which won't be defenseless for much longer. So now we got the lab working at full power. Let's go over to the store because I want to know what it looks like. And there it is. How about that? There's a roll. Ooh, what's this over here?
TIP. You can paint your ship in the shipyard.
That is still the wrong voice for that individual. Old rifle. Well, I could have, but I didn't. I'll be jiggered. Would you look at that? Well, this deserves a little bit of thought, actually. How does this work? Oh, I want to know more about... Oh, look at that. I can hit a primary color. Now, I see a lot of the green. I haven't seen any ships that color. To be honest with you, it's not a friendly color, though. I'm a friendly kind of guy. So, I tend to like the purples, I think. I'm still a kid at heart, I guess. Purple. Yeah, let's go up there. That's a bit too cyan. The purple cruiser. Do you think that strikes fear in the hearts of my enemies, though? Or would that be a little scarier? Yeah, you know, we're supposed to be going for scary here. What does this do? That sort of gives it a washed out effect. That gives it a very angry effect. I want anger. Ooh, it's a very dark, very, very light. That kind of works for me. Okay, save that. I want the Starbuck. Don't let the Starbuck go. Thank you, Starbuck. Let's back up. Wait a minute. I thought I saved that. Excuse me. Didn't I just save it? Wait a minute. Let's try that again. Okay, now I'm pretty sure I changed this, didn't I? I think I pretty well paid for it, so save. That's not exactly what it looks like, is it? You know what? I think it needs a bit of experimenting. But I've got an orange ship now. Did I want an orange ship? I thought I was going for angry red. So we're going to try that one more time. That's apparently what I asked for. Yeah, I want orange, and I want the angry red. What am I doing here? Yes. Save, not orange. Angry red, please. That is just not translating very well. I got a bit of a problem with it. And I got this kind of fuchsia pink. I'm going to just come out and say I got these pink windows. I'm not entirely happy with that. So I've got to look at this. I want to see if it looks the same on the iPad as it does, or my iPhone, the way it does on the screen. I generally play on my iPhone, so we'll see what the value is and whether or not it looks at all intimidating. Of course, the name of my ship is Easy Hit, so that's probably not striking fear into the hearts of my enemies. The other thing I want to look at under defense is these blinking beacons, but they cost me 50 smackaroos each. Well, I'm going to have to save up for them, but I'm going to add a blinking beacon, and then while we're at it, the other thing we're going to want to look at is, I don't think, is a collector bot. I want to look at the collector bot too, by the way. I have another ship, the stickers. Sorry. These stickers I'm also thinking about adding because I want to go all in on the, hey, can I intimidate the enemy thing? I don't know. I've tried it out. You've seen it here. I haven't seen it on video yet, but you guys have seen me do it. I'm not sure yet about the whole painting thing. It doesn't look like, it's not very WYSIWYG. Oh, hello there, money. I need to make that money back. Come on back. I feel so bad about my money. I don't have to make back just 10 times, but I just did. I expected the painting to be a lot more WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG, for anybody who's, not a software development, that's what you see is what you get. That's the letters that makes up WYSIWYG. And I kind of thought it'd be very WYSIWYG. And that's not what I was planning. Yeah. And now my ship is orange, where it used to be a nice Federation blue. I mean, it was just for my role-playing aesthetic, I suppose. I like the Federation blue. But I also don't want to get shot a lot in this game. I really wanted to do the gym, but I've already got my 3 rooms going. The warehouse, the anti-arcraft gun for my protection, and the hangar. And I'll have to be honest with you, I think those were smart picks. The warehouse, so I can do more dailies and not lose resources. Plus, I got a lot of whacking great amount of stuff in my inbox, and I have to get it out of there because I've heard that it is fading. I got to start cleaning that, and I want to start doing some things with these. I want to experiment with you guys so you can see some of the stuff we can make. We're going to go up the tech tree a bit. We're going to talk about the tech tree. So I need a warehouse. I needed the space. It's not a bad move. Overall, I think we made some smart plays tonight, and with these plays, if they work out, we'll last longer in battle, and we'll start getting those resources faster that we're going to need. In the meantime, let's look at our fleet. And our fleet has 6 members. We're growing. Hey, ego sum dues. Oh, ego sum dues. That would be Latin. And my Latin is something awful. So I don't know what it means. I'll have to Google it, find out. I love clever names, though. Sexy Captain, of course, is my friend Captain Eric. No problem with his humility. He's got it full on there. So anyway, thank you very much for listening, everybody. It ran a little long, but we tried some experiments. I hope you guys are having fun with the game. I hope you're enjoying the videos. If you are, please leave a comment below or a like. Better yet, if you want to see more of me doing crazy and stupid things with my ship, bumbling around, please, I got to update these too to get them moving faster. Please feel free to subscribe. All the things. I kind of like having things to do on the ship. It's much more fun than just grinding out, updating these guys. So you'll be on that journey with me. So again, subscribe, and if you want to see more of what we're doing, go over to www.pocketcaptains.com. We have a Pixel Starships specific landing page you can go over and look at. We write down some stuff, some of our latest podcasts, and some of our latest YouTube videos, and our latest blog posts are there, where we speculate and we talk about some things. We get into greater detail if you want to know more. So in the meantime, thank you very much for listening, and have a little bit of fun every day. Good night, everybody. Get more tips at pocketcaptains.com.